What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It is the 5th of September. We're going to take a look at Aerodrome Finance / the United States dollar here this morning. We'll be looking at Coinbase for the price data. TradingView.com is where the charts are. We will check out a couple market sentiment indicators over on coinmarketcap.com. Well, we have another update here to start this Friday off here. For the markets, Aerodrome is currently up 4%. Bitcoin up quite a bit, $2,000, 1.8, 1.7%. Bitcoin dominance is also up. Let's take a look at the charts here. So we take a step back here just a couple days, guys. We were getting this market sell-off here as we found resistance at the 120 price level on the 31st of August. I said, look, I'm looking for a move down for market support to show up at $1.05. That came in on Monday the 1st. That was this week. And we found a low at 105.363 for this pair here, for this chart. Just amazing. That's amazing. 105 is the level I was looking for. The views have gone down here on the Aerodrome Finance videos, and my guess is that's just because price has been pulling back. So I don't know how many people actually caught that, but 105 is the level I called for, and that's the level that found support. So hopefully that worked out for some viewers here of the channel. All right, so we're moving up here. We still have to get past the 120, 122 levels of resistance. There's definitely some weight on the markets here. So let's put a little box around this section of the market here. And then we'll put another box on the market section of where we're at now. So the upper end of this lower box here, right up here where the 120 level is the lower end of this box here. This support area around 120, which broke essentially on the 28th. The resistance of this box here, which is right around 120. So as the market pushes up into the lower end of this box here, it's getting pushed back down. You can see it took place on the 31st. On the 3rd, today, we haven't gotten there yet. So what was old market support, which broke down when the price broke down, is now market resistance. So we need to break up through this zone here, which is the 120. 122 zone. We need to break up into this zone, and we need to have price close up into this zone. That would be quite bullish. That would tell us that, all right, price is finally ready. Doesn't mean we're not going to get a pullback, and we should be, heading up towards our next level, basically 139 area. So that's what I'm looking for here in the short term. 50-day is moving up. We found support on the 50-day on that same day that we hit 105 on the 1st of September. 200-day just hanging out, slowly working its way to the upside. Taking a zoom out here, the trend is still obviously higher. I don't see too much damage done yet. Now, if we do something like this is where I'll get concerned, and paying attention to Bitcoin as well. If this market ticks up here to the 120, reverses hard, and starts to do something like this, and starts to test these lows again, that's not good. That means that we're heading into a whole nother leg to the downside. So that would look something along the lines of, if we wedge up here, find resistance, and then start to drop and roll over, that's another market lower high reversing us back to the downside. That means we're probably going to put in another market lower low below 105. We don't want to see that. That is very bearish, and hoping that doesn't happen, at least at this time in the market. So we want to see that break, that strong break to the upside, and a nice strong close above 120, above 122. Basically above our lows right here, which our lows are 120.802. So 120.802. So again, just above 120, 122 would be good. above the market. We're looking for, 139, and then we can just continue to work our way higher. Nothing too crazy here. 139. Got some levels here. 153, 57, 63. We have our highs over here from the 22nd. Those came in at $1.60. And that's what I'm looking for, Real short term, we can watch this high here from the 3rd of September. That's 119. We can watch this high over here from the 1st. That is from the August 31st. That is 121. Those are all levels. These are all right in that 120, 122, 119. We want to break into this zone and close strong. That's bullish. Then once that happens, we can start to look north, which is, again, all the way up there at 139. Really not too much to talk about as far as, $2, $3, my $6 price targets. Those don't matter right now. We go one step at a time. Now, they can come into play quick. If money moves into this market and they're like, all right, it's time to go, the price could be up here, at 160 in, minutes. Hopefully that happens, but more than likely it won't. Taking out the highs here, very important from the 22nd, $1.60. That's our high so far. All right, so that's what we're watching here. Short term, more of a bullish video here for Aerodrome. I did mention, and again, if we start to pull back and test those lows, that would not be good. We'll cover that if that takes place. But for right now, looks like markets are going to shift back bullish. For how long, time will tell. Let's drop over to the Bitcoin dominance chart off the lows real quick. We're at 105. We're about 12 or so % off the lows from the 105, and now we're at 118. Bitcoin dominance is shifting higher. Looks like we're just about breaking out here into another higher high, taking out our highs over here from the 25th of August. Today, ramping to the upside, so there is money shifting back into Bitcoin, and hey, maybe this is the end. The end for the altcoins start to run here. We naturally have dominance starting to. It's the way I look at it. Naturally, have dominance starting to shift into Bitcoin as Bitcoin continues to move higher, but overall the dominance is way down. I don't know 100% how that works. I never tracked it this close. The dominance in Bitcoin and the altcoins kind of just track individual cryptocurrencies. But it looks like we're going to see a dominance breakout here for Bitcoin. Ethereum still doesn't look, Ethereum, neutral on Ethereum at the moment. It doesn't look like it wants to rally here. Doesn't look like it necessarily wants to break out. I would think, though, it's going to break out if things are going to start to rally here. All right, back to the right-hand side of the screen. The CMC Altcoin Season Index is at a 47. That is nowhere near where we want it. Not even trending where we want it. It's just hanging out, doing nothing. 75 is what we're looking for. Fear and greed's at a 41. There's a lot of fear in the markets. It's Friday. Hopefully we rally here. What else can we look at over here on the CoinMarketCap website? Let's see here. Market overview. All right. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for that. Just keep your eyes on 120, 122, 119 for Aerodrome. Let's see if we can actually hold a rally today and close strong for the markets. Let me know. Do you think that will happen? If we start to break above that, keep your eyes on 139. And if we really start to ramp up today, watch those highs, those old highs from not too long ago. The date is actually the 22nd of August, and that was a high of 160. Keep your eyes on that. Let's go look at Bitcoin, the Bitcoin chart. So Bitcoin finally got its act together, and it's back above 111,902, which is a bearish level. We'll have to see where we close here, but it's looking good. Above 113 would also be quite good. That would be essentially another recent higher high, and that would be quite bullish. So perhaps we're in for this some kind of a leg back to the upside for Bitcoin. All right, guys, all links are down below. Check them out if you want. They're not for everybody. If you were not yet subscribed, go ahead and join us here on the channel. Appreciate it. Of course, not financial advice. You guys have a great Friday. Spread the word far and wide. Aerodrome Finance, I think, is going to do very, very well here. I mean, it already has done very well. But I think the future here, especially if we're going to head into some kind of an altcoin season, and alts run, Aerodrome is going to kill it. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.